Our family's motherland wins another Euro Cup final. Your favorite national team wins another cup. 2 records are broken, and a sandwich to go with that. All this on our show, which starts now. All right. Here we are. Euro Cup final yesterday. Copa America final yesterday. It's a soccer field show today.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, how sweet does that sandwich taste?
Oh, yeah. And why don't we just start with this then? Go ahead, start crying. It's the national anthem of our favorite national team. Oh, my
You're
God.
like Nick Sirianni at the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Get ready.
Yeah.
All right. So, Argentina made themselves a sandwich yesterday.
Yes.
And that sandwich is?
Well, if we look over here, the sandwich is the Argentina sandwich. It runs from the years of 2020 to 2024. Top layer, top piece of bread, aka Copa America 2020.
Yep.
One. Cheese, because I'm calling this a grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay.
World Cup 2022. And the bottom layer of the bread, the World Cup, or not the World Cup, the Copa America this year.
Well, there you have it. It's a Copa America sandwich with a little bit of a World Cup in between.
World Cup cheese.
World Cup cheese.
Yes.
So, Argentina does it again. They win another cup as they take down Colombia last night on a thriller of a game that we watched.
And vanquish the winning streak.
Yep.
It is gone at the hands of the same team that beat them the last time.
Yep. So Argentina has won its 16th
Yep.
Copa America, breaking the record and breaking the tie with Uruguay.
Yes. Who got
Who
third
had-
place?
Who got third place but had 15
Yes.
Copa Americas as well, tied with Argentina until last night when Argentina won its 16th.
Yep.
And all that, a thrilling game.
A very
Tied.
stressful game.
In regular time, 90 minutes went by and nothing happened. 0-0.
Yep.
A lot of good plays, a lot of exciting plays,
Yep.
and show the camera. A lot of nail biting. All your nails are gone. They're gone. And I keep telling you, quit biting your nails. So, all in that, halfway through the second half, you about lost it because your man, Lionel Messi, went down with an injury and he was out of the game. You about started crying. Just like he started crying on the bench.
I'd be
So-
crying too if my ankle was the size of a
Oh
softball.
man, it was a grapefruit. It was a grapefruit. And I remember those days because I played soccer for years and years and years. And one of the things that happened to me all the time was I would roll my ankles and they would swell up to the size of a grapefruit, just like his did. Not fun at all. I can relate to him and what the pain that he was going through because I know those things are very, very painful. So his tears was because he could not finish the game.
Yeah.
He wanted to finish the game and he couldn't.
Yep.
But I said it when he went out. It's about time they bring one Lautaro on the pitch
Yes.
because this guy is the difference maker. And long and behold, in the second,
In the
half-
112th minute.
the 112th minute, this guy puts Argentina on top,
Yes.
1-0 on an exciting goal.
And I about lost it there.
And you about lost it there. And they ride that 1-0 lead all the way to the end.
Yep.
And
And
Argentina
Colombia wouldn't accept the fact that they lost the game at the end.
Yeah.
Or at least one of the players did, because he kept trying to get in there.
Yeah, he was trying to get.
Because at the end of the game, they were going to have a goal kick.
Yep.
He kept trying to get in there, trying to do something. So
Yep.
they had to like make sure there was multiple players around the goalkeeper.
Yep.
Make sure he didn't get it.
Yep. So Argentina wins the cup.
Yes.
Colombia players start losing their heads, kind of like they did against Uruguay. Well, actually, it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Uruguay lost their heads when they lost to Colombia.
Yeah.
But it was a rough game. A lot of fouling back and forth.
Oh
A
my.
lot of chattering.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what happens when you have good rivalries. You chatter and you chatter and you chatter and you poke and you pull and you pull down shorts and you pinch
Wait.
here, you pinch there, you punch,
Whoa.
you slap.
Wait, what? Pull down shorts?
You elbow. Hey, whatever needs to be done, man. I'm telling you, I did this for years when I played soccer. And people would tug at my shirt. They would pull my shorts down. They
What?
would poke me. They would punch me in the kidneys. And then, so you would have to give it back. You would have to give it back. A little elbow here, a little elbow there. You put your right hand in. You put your right hand out. You put your right hand in, and then you punch them all around. You do the sop, sop, sop. You got to defend
That's
yourself.
what it's all about.
That's what soccer is all about. So it's a lot of pushing, a lot of hitting, and I'm not even going to tell you what else happens, but it's a lot of that stuff. It's a rough game, especially when there's a rivalry. And last night it was shown.
Yes, it
A
was.
lot of tempers, a lot of things that could have gone the wrong way. You only had, I believe, Colombia had 3 yellow cards, and Argentina had 2 yellow cards.
Yeah.
So there could have been a red in there at some point, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, but all in all,
Pretty good game.
pretty good game.
Pretty
exciting
stressful game.
Pretty stressful game.
It didn't help when, like, I remember it was like right after Messi went down, they got him back up. Not even like 5 minutes later, Montiel goes down.
Yep.
And he has to get substituted.
Yep.
And then a few minutes later, McAllister goes down, but he ends up being all right.
Yep.
But still, it looked like they were starting to get the injury bug
Yep.
for a little bit there.
Listen, Messi went down, Montiel went down, McAllister kind of stayed in there, and they pulled him out. But then you had Gonzalez, and then you had Paredes, and then you had Lautaro coming in there.
Yeah.
You could just tell that team got energized when those three came in. It was a whole different team. And let's include the Paul in there. The Paul gave it all.
Yeah.
He left everything on the field. So, and so did Montero, and so did the goalkeeper.
Yep.
So, I mean, it was an unbelievable effort, and Colombia had a lot of good plays.
Yeah.
A lot of good shots. One hit the post and went out. But
That was right at the beginning of the game.
that was at the beginning of the game, and then whatever his last name is, with the goalkeeper, what's his last name?
On Argentina.
Yes,
Emiliano Martinez is his name.
Emiliano Martinez. So there was another shot that he barely pushed out with his fingertips. That was going on his way in.
Yes.
So all these guys had a great game. Colombia had a good game. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net.
I'm gonna be honest right here. Who was it? Was it Diaz who got red carded in the semifinal
Yes.
against Uruguay?
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest here. If he never got red carded, I think one of those shots goes in for a goal.
Yep.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yep.
I think that goes in for one of those shots that they made.
Yep.
If it was him in that position instead of the guy that they had substitute for him, that's going in.
I'll tell you what, I was surprised with one guy on defense last night, and it wasn't on Argentina side. It was on the Colombia side. Mujica played a heck of a game. He did not let that left side. Hey, listen, Di Maria had to switch sides
Yeah.
because that guy was not letting him do anything. So Di Maria switched sides because Mujica was not letting him do anything. Now, here's what happened though. Mujica moved with him, but on the right side, Mujica was not as effective on Di Maria as he was on the left side. And Di Maria did a lot of damage on the right side. So, and then you put in Lautaro in there. It's a deadly combination.
Yeah.
So 1-0, Argentina takes another Copa America, 16th, record-breaking performance, just like the performance at halftime by Shakira. You know you loved it. I'm on tonight, you know my lip. Oh man,
No.
Why? Why? You said it last night. This is not the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Why are we having a performance by a singer? Halftime. This is exactly what the Colombian coach said. He said, "You like Shakira? Great. Hey, she's a great performer. But our normal halftime is 15 minutes, and now you're pushing it to 30 because she's performing. Our players are going to cool down more than they should."
Yeah.
So
I'm going to be honest.
they got sanctioned. They got sanctioned the game before because they came out at the 16th minute, and they got sanctioned for that.
Ooh.
And he goes, "You sanctioned us for coming out in the 16th minute before, and now you're asking us to wait almost 30 minutes because this person is performing."
I think
he's got a point.
Yeah, I think that performance actually helped Argentina out.
It did. It did because it kind of gave Messi a little bit of extra time to put some ice on that ankle.
Even though
it was bad in the first half.
Even though he completely went down later, so it didn't matter. But it also helped cool down everything. Because remember how dominant Colombia was in the first half.
That's right. And Argentina could not find the key to stopping them.
Nope.
And then after they came back from halftime, after that long halftime, Argentina, whatever happened, they turned it on. And Colombia players, I don't know if they got cold. I don't know. It was a whole different second half.
You could tell it was a different team.
And then once they got into extra time, you could just tell. I knew, watching the way Colombia was defending and running around and putting all that pressure, towards the end of the game, you're going to get tired. You cannot have 100% pressure all the time, and that's exactly what happened at the end.
Yeah.
Argentina was able to break through because their players were tired, they were cramping up, and it was not a good thing.
Yeah.
You can play press for a good amount of time, but you can't play press and pressure the whole game.
Yeah, no, they were tired. They had actually allowed a goal in about the 78th minute, but that was called back due to offsides.
Yeah, and the guy was offsides.
Yeah, he was, but still, they were. It was just different.
Yeah,
coming into the second half, the Argentina team was different because they've been in those situations before where it's been a close game. It's at the end of the game. They've had that experience from the Copa America final and the World Cup final.
Yep.
And now here, their experience once again helped them prevail.
Yep.
Yep.
So Argentina takes Copa America. Yep. They are the champions.
And they wouldn't be facing. They will participate in the 2025 Finalissima against this next team we should start talking about now, the winners of the Euro Cup.
That's
earlier in the day, Spain.
Motherland, Spain.
England could not take it home.
Right.
Yet again.
And in this game, the Finalissima between Argentina and Spain, there is one guy who is not going to be there.
Who?
Di Maria.
Yeah.
Last night was his last game. He retired last night from national team competition.
Yep. So he's just going to be playing for Benfica now.
Yep. So they will not have Di Maria in the Finalissima against Spain, motherland, which our last name is from Spain.
Yeah.
And that is motherland for our family. So we, as in speaking as the motherland, won the Euro Cup yesterday against England.
Yeah.
Who once again got snuffed.
At this point, I just feel bad for England.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for England.
60 years.
And they've won one thing.
One thing.
And that was a 1996 Euro, if I'm correct.
Yeah. So they won the World Cup in what year?
1966.
66.
It was so long ago that Pele was still playing.
Yeah. So 1966, England wins the World Cup, and then 30 years later, they win a Euro Cup. 30 years later, they lose back-to-back Euro Cup finals. Last year, they lost to Italy, who after winning the Euro Cup, couldn't even get into the World Cup.
That's sad.
Unbelievable.
That's sad.
That is sad. Shame.
Yep.
That is shame.
I think they're secretly expanding it just for the sole purpose of getting Italy in. Just so they don't feel bad.
Oh, man. So you have England, they lost the final in 96. 2020, what was it? 22? 21?
2020/2021.
Yeah, okay. So they lost the final to Italy, and then this year they lose it to Spain. So Spain now has a record-breaking 4 Euro Cups.
Yeah.
4 Euro Cups. So that shows you a little bit of the level of talent between Copa America and the Euro Cup. You have in the Copa America, you have Argentina and Uruguay who have won 30 actually 31 now
combined
of those cups.
Of 48 cups.
48 cups, they won 31. Over here, you have Spain, who is the leader in Euro Cup wins with 4.
Yeah.
With 4.
Maybe the Euro Cup hasn't been going on as long as Copa America, or I don't know. They could have started at the same time.
You have different teams that have won the Euro Cup.
Heck, Greece won
a Euro Cup,
taking on Portugal in the final in 2004, if I'm correct.
Now, on the Copa America side, you've had teams like Colombia, who has won one. You even have Bolivia, who has won a Copa America. But the dominant teams are Argentina, Uruguay, and right behind them is
Brazil.
Euro Cup, not so much. You have Spain, and then after them you have Germany, and then you have other teams. You've had teams like Denmark win it. You've had teams like the Soviet Union, back when the Soviet Union was still around, have won. You have, I think Hungary won at one time. I can't remember if that's right or correct. But you've had a lot of different teams that have won the Euro Cup. Maybe the Copa America has been around longer than Euro Cup, but still, if you look at it, the level of play, there are teams in Copa America that dominate that tournament all the time. But over here in the Euro Cup, you have teams that there's not a dominant team.
Yeah,
the most dominant team is Spain, which has only won 4, and they haven't been like back to back. They've been spaced out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Spain. Yeah, no, the closest they got was having a sandwich of their own.
Yeah.
With the 2008, 2012 Euros, with the 2010 World Cup in between.
Yep, that's right. That was a sandwich of the motherland, motherland sandwich.
Yep.
So, and then on the other side, you had what did you call it? The Messi sandwich, whatever it was.
The Argentina grilled cheese sandwich.
The Argentina grilled cheese sandwich.
The extra time special sandwich. Close game.
Yeah. So, anyways, Euro Cup gone to Spain again. Yep. Happy about that. I know you wanted England to win.
Oh, yeah.
But motherland, I'm happy that the motherland won. Yeah. Even though I was born in Mexico, my last name comes from the motherland, which is Spain. And that's where most of my DNA comes from, is from Spain. So, happy about that. We'll see what happens coming up. Next thing that's coming up is the 2026 World Cup.
Right.
So,
here.
Now, is the United States going to be able to handle the World Cup?
I was just about to talk about this. Last night, the game was delayed, forget this, 82 minutes.
Yep.
Because there was some problem. They were just letting people in. So there was people who weren't supposed to go in. They got in, and there was people with like double tickets, and it was this whole thing.
They weren't letting people in. The people rushed the gate, broke the gates down, and then you had people just running in. You had people climbing the walls. It was a disaster.
I remember while watching the pregame, they interviewed on one of the Spanish channels. They interviewed some guy. You told me he had paid $2,300 per ticket, and they weren't letting him in.
Yep. He said, I've got my tickets right here. I paid, it was actually $2,500.
Oh my!
$2,500. And then next to him was a gentleman that traveled all the way from Argentina and paid the same amount. And he said, I paid $2,500 and I traveled thousands of kilometers to be here, and they're not letting me in. It was a disaster. And he said, how is the United States going to handle a World Cup when they can't even handle the Copa America? Now, the United States has already hosted 1994, the World Cup in 94.
But you said that was back when you still had to have paper tickets.
You still had to have paper tickets, one. Two, soccer wasn't as big in the United States at that time.
It right? Just started gaining popularity.
And we didn't have that many immigrants in this country at that time. Now we have double, triple more of the immigrants. I mean, you saw it last night. In the stands, there was nothing but yellow jerseys.
Yeah.
You could see a few Argentina jerseys here and there, but it was mostly yellow jerseys from people from Colombia.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't as like popular or anything like that back then.
Right.
Heck, the MLS didn't even exist.
They didn't even exist. It was about to start.
Yeah, a few years later, but
it was like a couple of years later when the MLS started, and the Dallas team at that time was called the Dallas Burn.
The Burn.
And here is where the personal experience comes in.
Ooh.
Okay? I've told you you wouldn't be here if it had happened, because my life would have taken
maybe
a whole different bill. So listen, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, I was great. Soccer player, man. Listen, I was good. I was a good soccer player. Okay? And this is not just me throwing this stuff out there because, I want to make myself look good. It was because I've talked about this in the show before. My dedication to the game, okay? My dedication to the game that I played was soccer. My dedication to that game was I was dedicated. From the time that I started playing soccer when I was 5, 6 years old, all the way until I fractured my foot, soccer was my life. And I've talked to you about how I was the first one to go on the field for practice, and I was the last one to leave. I would practice for 2 extra hours after everybody went home. I had a dream. I had a goal. I had a dream. My dream was to step on the pitch, on the field, even if it was for 1 minute, with the Mexican national team in a World Cup. That was my dream. And that's what I was working towards at that time. So, what did that bring me? That brought me a little bit of recognition. Okay. I was in a magazine that was labeled Top Seniors of Texas. Okay. My name was in there. And I still have that magazine. It's kind of tore up because it's been years and years and years. But I was one of the top seniors in the state of Texas. Right? At this time, I've been playing with a Mexican team.
Yeah.
I'm 14, 15 years old. I've won, what they would call the golden boot in tournaments at this time. I'm playing with 20-year-olds. I'm playing with 30-year-olds. I'm playing with 40-year-olds. And I win I was the leading scorer in tournaments and stuff. Okay. All that helped me in my experience as I was trying to get better in soccer. Playing with older people made me a little more experienced and made me a little more smart, a little more savvy. So fast forward, what I'm talking about, where we're talking about the MLS starting right after that, the World Cup in 96, Dallas Burn, which was the Dallas team, was going to hold open tryouts. And I had already made my mind that I was going to go try out. Was I going to make it? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. Who knows? But I am playing with the team that I've been playing for a few years, and we've won championships after championships. We've won super championships where you were talking about finalísimas.
Oh.
I mean, we were in one division, and then we took on the winner of the other division, and
they
we
would
played
have
the
those?
Super Cup. Yeah. and we won that one or two times. So the team that I was on was pretty good.
Yeah.
So it was basically it was a semi-pro team, but we weren't getting paid. Okay, we weren't getting paid. The only thing that we were getting was free uniforms. We didn't have to pay for our uniforms; they were provided for us. We had a sponsor for the team, but we didn't get paid. It was basically a semi-pro team. So Dallas Burn comes up. I'm like, okay, open tryouts. I'm gonna go try my luck at it. 2 weeks before the tryouts, whatever reason, I never did this in my life. For whatever reason, I went to try to cross the ball and pass the ball all the way across the field to a teammate. And in order to do that, I had to kick the ball pretty hard. Never in my life that I did this, but right before I kicked the ball, I looked up to see where he was at as my foot was coming down, and my foot went straight into the ground, and it created a hairline fracture on my toe, on my big toe, all the way back to my ankle. I was down for a while. I was down for 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So came back too soon. I was never the same because that stress fracture never really recovered because I didn't give it time to recover. So, needless to say, that's why the MLS Dallas Burn back in the day, they were the Dallas Burn. They weren't FC Dallas. They were Dallas Burn at the time. Horrible looking uniforms. If we can find a picture, we'll post it. But that's what my dream was, and that's where I got to. My dream ended when I fractured my foot. I was never the same after that. So my life would have been a whole different. You were like, "Oh my God, Dad, if you'd have just made it, blah blah blah." Okay, yeah, maybe, but you wouldn't be here because my life would have taken a total different turn.
Maybe.
So, in essence, I will tell you this, and to all the fathers out there that watch us, is this: things happen for a reason. Things happen for a reason. I'm exactly where I am supposed to be. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. I am supposed to be here doing this show with you. Okay? My and your mom's miracle baby. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to be going to a tryout for the Dallas Burn. I wasn't supposed to make the team. None of that. I am exactly where I'm at. This is what my life was meant to be. In this moment, in this time, doing this show with you, which is amazing. This is very fulfilling for me doing this show with you because, the reason why we do the show is to talk about sports, but we do it and I do it with you because I want to build my relationship with you. I want to grow a deeper relationship with you. And that's exactly what's happened. And we're using sports as a conductor for that. And I really believe that sports is a good avenue, a good conductor for whether it's a dad and a son, a dad and a daughter, a mom and a daughter, a mom and a son. I believe that this topic is a great conductor for growing those relationships because sports and sports teams bring us together. Right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, dropping a little wisdom on you. That's the reason why we do the show. That's the reason why we do the show. And for you guys watching out there, you guys that are subscribed and follow us, this is exactly why we do the show. You guys know that. For the people that have never watched our show, and this is maybe the first time they watch our show, this is why we do our show.
Yeah.
This is why we do our show. The sports aspect, the sports talk, the sports history, everything is combined with family and about creating relationships and deepening relationships. That's why our motto is Bloodline Sports, anything and everything sports talk between family. After all, it's all relative.
Because it is all relative.
It is all relative. Everything's relative.
And everything.
Yep.
But sports, family, life in general.
It's all relative.
Yep.
And this is why we do our show.
Yep.
So, Copa America, Euro Cup, Spain, Argentina. Congratulations to both of them.
Can't wait to see that. Why am I keep forgetting how to pronounce this? Fi, final,
Finalissima.
finalissima. Cannot wait for that matchup next year.
Yep.
That's going to be a great matchup.
Yep. So Spain, Argentina in the finalissima.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. World Cup coming up in 2026. We'll see how the U.S. handles it. Mexico, this will be Mexico's third time host. Well, they hosted 2 times, and this is the first time they're going to co-host, but this is actually the third World Cup that they'll be part of.
Which breaks a record for them for the most times hosted / co-hosted.
Yep. And Canada will be the first time.
Yeah.
We'll see how Canada handles it. So, but the debacle that happened yesterday in Miami cannot happen at the World Cup.
No.
It will be a debacle. It will be a black eye for the World Cup if that is to happen.
If that happens, the U.S. is not getting any tournaments for a long time.
Probably. And neither will Mexico and neither will Canada. So
I think Mexico and Canada would be able to handle it. Because I'm only worried about the U.S. Well, maybe not. Maybe the only team I really feel confident that can handle hosting a World Cup out of those 3 is Mexico. Because they've done it twice before. And whereas the U.S. only hosted it once, but that was a whole different time period. In Canada, this is their first time. They are the rookies here.
Yep. The advantage that Mexico has, even though the United States has a league in MLS, the advantage that Mexico has is Liga MX, because whether you like to hear it or not, that league, Liga MX, is bigger than the MLS. And we know, and I say we, Mexico, every city that has a team knows how to handle the gates. They know how to handle the traffic. They know how to handle all that stuff. They've done 2 World Cups already.
Yes.
So they're veterans at this. So I don't foresee any issues, other than maybe security issues with, the way the state of the nation is in Mexico as well, with the cartels and all that stuff. But I think that all that will settle down because of the fact that is a lot of money that's going to be coming to Mexico. So
I think they're just going to want to sit down and watch the games.
Probably. So, but anyways, all right. So switching gears from the Euro Cup and the Copa America, let's switch gears to Liga MX.
Oh, here we go.
And up here, this is my favorite team. This is Rayados, and Monterrey, who got skunked.
That logo up there is about how they looked after their last game.
Are you criticizing my logo? No. I think that's pretty good for a guy that doesn't know how to draw.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm saying that's what their state looked like. That is the state. What the state of the team looked like.
Yeah.
They were looking all polished. They were looking because they had a good start, kind of a good start, kind of.
Yeah.
They at least won their first game.
Well, they beat Pachuca.
Yeah. So it was the first time in a few years that they had won their first game, and then here comes Cruz Azul. Bah, 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 bah.
4 times in the mouth.
Yep.
We got punched 4 times in the mouth. The game.
They hit them with the Mike Tyson and the Muhammad Ali special.
Oh, Rayados got skunked 4-0.
Yeah.
Saturday.
By the team that put them out.
By the team that put them out in the playoffs this last tournament.
Yeah.
So, got a lot of work to do. But you know what? I love my team. Win or lose. Just like these losers up here. The first rounders. I love them. I don't care. I'm a fan. Whether they win or not, I'm a fan. So, Liga MX, Monterrey gets skunked. America got back on track.
Did they really?
They did. They beat whoever was it? Querétaro.
Of course.
They beat Querétaro 3-1.
Oh yeah, Querétaro is.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not very good.
They haven't really been good in the last few years.
But America beat them 3-1.
Yeah.
And so they are back on track. And some of the other teams that played this past weekend, on Friday, we had America beat Querétaro 3-1. Mazatlan and San Luis tied 2-2.
Wow.
And then get this. Cholos Quincles. Tijuana.
Oh, I thought it was a new team.
That's their mascot, the Cholos Quincles.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a new team. I was like,
So, Tijuana. They beat Chivas 4-2. Yeah. And then to end the night on Friday night, you had Tigres tied Atlas 1-1.
Oh, wow.
And then on Saturday, we had the skunking of Rayados that took fourth in the mouth from Cruz Azul. León and Pachuca tied 0-0. Necaxa put it to Puebla 4-1.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you had Toluca taking out Juarez 3-2. And then to end it, Santos and Pumas 1-1.
Wow.
1-1. So the table right now as it stands, Cruz Azul is number 1 with 6 points as they are undefeated. They've only played 2 games, but they're undefeated with a goal differential of +5. Thanks to our team, Rayados. Way to go, guys. Tijuana is in second place. They've won both their games with a +3. And then the top 5 rounding out is Pumas with 4 points +3. San Luis, 4 points +1. And Toluca, 4 points +1.
Wow.
So in the middle of the table, you have America at number 8. You have Monterrey, number 10.
Oh.
And you have Tigres at number 6.
Wow.
All these teams that were in the playoffs last year are in the middle of the table.
Yeah. Well, it's the start of the season.
It is. It is the start of the season.
This thing's going to go
we'll
till
what happens.
This, at least before the playoffs, it's going to go until November. So,
yeah.
So a whole season ahead of them. It's not like you're going to start good and end good. Last season, or season before, it was FC Juarez. For the majority, until like the halfway point of the season, they were in the top 5. Then after like week 10 or 11.
Yep.
I was not expecting that to sound so much like a fart, but okay.
It's been a awful decade for me as a fan because neither one of these guys have done jack. Well, I mean, Monterrey.
Are you going to forget about the 2019 championship?
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2019 we won the Rayados won the championship.
There are 2 CONCACAF championships.
Yeah. But I would want to win more. And
every team does.
I want to win.
I think America, after winning their 15th championship, needs to learn to share.
Yeah, they should. Chivas.
They should share.
Oh man, I don't know.
Let a team like San Luis win one for once.
You never know. This might be their year, right?
Yeah. So with the first 2 games of this season, it's looking like it could be anyone's season.
Yep. So, all right, man. We've talked about Euro Cup. We've talked about Copa America. We've talked about Liga MX and these guys getting skunked, punched in the mouth 4 times by Cruz Azul. So why don't we go to a staple of our show and end it with this? Let's go.
Yes.
This is freestyle, where you, my friend, have the floor to talk about anything you want to talk about.
I was hoping you were going to let this happen.
All right.
I don't know why, but I was hoping.
This next segment has a time limit of 5 minutes. Because here comes your messy plug, people. If you've been watching our show, here comes your messy plug for like 15, 20 minutes.
What do you mean messy plug?
You're going to talk about
We already talked about the whole Argentine national team earlier.
Right.
No need to talk about him.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I guarantee you're not going to go through the segment without mentioning messy ones. And the clock starts now. Go ahead.
I'm going to be like John Cena and make it keep continuing. All right. So, what the heck?
Just did that.
What was that?
Oh, man. There we go.
Well,
this is what happens on our show.
Well,
we have technical difficulties, and this is... Why?
Well,
why?
On that note, let's talk about the MLB.
Let's talk about the MLB then, since that was our good friend Garrett Reynard's music.
Yep. Dodgers sucking it up right now.
They're horrible.
Really, really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like, existential level.
Don't even get me started on the game Friday night or Saturday, whatever it was.
It's embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. We had the Tigers dead. We had them buried. And they scored how many runs in the ninth?
7.
7 to beat us.
This is one of the most star-powered, most talented team. I mean, like this team has Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
And they're in like a 50-50 record or something like that this season. While they are still technically the number 3 seed in the NL, which that is good, I don't think that should be how it is right now. They should be number 1, maybe number 2, because the Phillies are actually outstandingly good this season. Because I told you they were going to be the team of the NL East this season, not the Braves.
Yep.
The Braves, I think, I'm going to be honest, as good of a team as they've been the last few years, I think they're going to turn into the Tampa Bay Lightning here in a few years. Or starting now, and they're going to eventually start to fall and fall and fall. And kind of become a team like the Mets.
They are 8.5 games out of first place behind the Phillies.
Yeah.
8.5 games. So, and the Dodgers, who had a very commanding lead on the rest of the NL West, is down to 7 games now.
Let me guess. The Diamondbacks are in second?
Yep. Followed by the Padres.
Are the Giants in fourth?
The Giants are in fourth.
That would be, I'd kind of...
Hi, Gary.
I would kind of enjoy it more if they were in the number 5 right now.
Yeah.
Instead of the number 4. But of course, the Rockies have to be the Rockies.
Well, and the Giants are going to be 4 for the rest of the year. Because, lo and behold, the Rockies are a whopping 22 games behind the Dodgers.
The Rockies have not done anything since that random Miracle World Series run.
Yep.
All the way back in like 2007 or whatever it was.
Yep.
They haven't done anything since then.
So the Dodgers are 3-7 out of the last 10. Horrible. Just horrible.
I'm going to be honest, how things are looking right now. After the All-Star break-ins, it's not looking good for them.
Yep.
It is not looking good for them.
Yep. Hey, speaking of All-Star game and stuff, the Home Run Derby is tonight.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers is in the Derby.
Really?
That's what I said.
Really?
That's what I said. So, why? Alonso's probably going to win the darn thing again.
Well, I don't even watch it, so...
so
I don't even really watch it that much, so...
Yeah, but All-Star game in our backyard.
Yep.
In Arlington, with all the festivities that are going on right now, the Rangers are hosting the All-Star game this year, and maybe it'll rub some good luck on them because right now...
I just want to talk about this. I don't want to say this, but it is what they are starting to become. The once again lowly Rangers.
Watch out. Your Uncle Adrian might just call in and say, hey, you better watch out.
Well, I got a good friend of mine that would probably also say that.
So the
Rangers,
what I'm
talking about.
Yeah. So the Rangers right now are 5 games behind the Mariners, who are in first place. And in second place, the Asterix are only 1 game behind the Mariners.
Wow.
So, and then things are starting to heat up. Literally are close, and they are fighting for it. Literally fighting for it. The Orioles and the Yankees. 1 game is separating them. Did you see that they brawled again yesterday?
No.
Yep, they brawled again.
Wait, again?
Yeah, this is like the second or third time this year that they brawled. These guys don't like each other.
That's surprising.
Not surprising. So let's run down a little bit on the standings. Baltimore 58-38 in first place, followed by the Yankees at 58-40, 1 game behind, followed by Boston, who, believe it or not, are actually 11 games over 500.
I believe it.
They're 53-42 and 4.5 games out of first place, followed by the
Blue Jays.
Unbelievable debacle that is the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, the Rays?
They are 10 games out. Thank you, Tampa Bay, for giving us Tyler Glass now. I appreciate it. And then bringing up the rear in the American League East is the Toronto Blue Jays, who are 44-52 and 14 games out of first place.
Sad.
And then we go to this year's relevant, as you said.
I was going to say, don't forget to mention that they are relevant.
Relevant again this year. The AL Central, the Cleveland Indians. I don't care. It's the Indians to me.
I never even say
Guardians. It's the Guardians. It's not the Indians. The Guardians, aka Indians. Cleveland is in first place with a record of 58-37, followed by the Twins, who are 54-42, and four and a half games out of first place behind Cleveland. Kansas City redeeming itself this year.
Yeah.
They are 52-45. They're actually on the plus side. They're over 500. 7 games out behind Cleveland, and then they are followed by the team that just embarrassed us, the team that took 2 out of 3 from us, the Detroit Tigers at 47-50, and they're 12 games out. And what has become probably the worst team in the major leagues, the Chicago White Sox bringing up the rear.
Sad.
27-71, 32. Count them, 32 and a half games out. Call it a day, boys. Bye-bye. See y'all next year.
Yep.
And then we talked about the West with Seattle leading at 52-46, followed by Houston, 50-46, 1 game behind. Texas, 46-50, 4 games under 500. Unbelievable.
Yep.
But they're only 5 games out. They are only 5 games out. So
yeah.
And then they are followed by the Angels at 41-55, 10 games out. The Oakland A's have kind of redeemed themselves a little bit this year. There are only 15 games out.
But it's too late. It's too late to save
37-61.
It's too late to save the city of Oakland.
National League East, Philadelphia. We talked about them leading. They are 62-34. They are
best
leading
record.
The major league. Best record in the major leagues. Followed by Atlanta, 53-42, 8.5 games behind Philadelphia. And then the big spenders from last year, 49-46. The Mets, 12.5 games out. Followed by the Nationals at 44-53, 18.5 games out. And then the second worst team in the MLB. These guys, I am very disappointed with the Marlins.
Oh, yeah.
After what they did last year, this is disappointing. 33-63 and 29 games out. 29. Unbelievable. Milwaukee, the Brewers, 55-42.
Don't forget to mention
the irrelevant Central.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I think it's the irrelevant East.
Nah.
Because listen to how close the race is in the Central. Milwaukee, 55-42, leading that division, followed by the Cardinals. The Cardinals at 50-46, only 4.5 games out. Followed by the Pittsburgh Pirates at 48-48, 6.5 games out. Cincinnati, 47-50, 8 games out. And Chicago Cubs, 47-51, 8.5 games out.
Well, I only ever said that the divisions were irrelevant because all the teams in it sucked. All those teams are below. Our 55 wins are below.
Yeah.
Now, that's not saying much since the Dodgers have about the same amount of wins.
All right. So let me finish it off. That way I'll give you the mic, back the mic so you can talk about what you want. The NL West, the Dodgers, 56-41, leading Arizona, who is in second place at 49-48, 7 games behind. Followed by the Padres, who are at 50-49, 7 games behind. And then Garris Reynard's Giants, 47-50, 9 games out. And then the Colorado Rockies, the lowly Rockies, 34-63, 22 games out.
Sad.
So that is your MLB standings for this year so far, as we have hit the All-Star break, Home Run Derby tonight, game tomorrow.
Yes, it's going to be, well, for some people exciting. I really don't care.
Yeah.
But for others, it'll be exciting.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't really think there's going to be that much going on, really, after the All-Star game.
Well, I mean, you'll get back to regular,
we are, at this point, pretty much officially in that time of the year where it's just constant, endless berate of MLB.
Yep.
And this is the part of the year that always, to me, feels slow in sports.
Well, but it'll be for us. It'll be MLB and Liga MX, and we'll pick up some soccer here and there. You do have the NBA is in preseason.
The summer league
summer
did just
league.
start.
So, anyways,
the things really aren't going to pick back up again until fall.
Yeah,
so
we may have to start talking about golf.
No, I don't.
He's lining up the putt. He's take the stroke. This is going to break left or right. A little bit of wind coming out of the south.
I think I'd rather stick to talking about MLB every week. And really, actually, the only other thing that's going on consistently this summer is one WWE.
Yeah. That's right. And Raw is tonight.
Yes.
Will Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six come out tonight? And taunt and haunt Chad Gable.
Ooh. I'm going to be honest, at this point, I'm just hoping if they keep sending out more of those packages, I'm kind of hoping they upgrade to CDs because I'm tired of all the glitches with the VHS tapes. It's annoying.
It's by design.
I know that, but it would feel more modern to me if it was CDs.
Yep.
But whatever.
Yeah.
And well, even then, there isn't really anything right now going on, is there? Like any?
No, I mean, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean,
well, there's the whole Judgment Day fiasco.
The Judgment Day fiasco. I mean,
all that.
You had John Cena making his announcement, which we had our WWE show last week. John Cena announcing his retirement. And then you have
Jay Uso.
Jay Uso, who booked it out of there.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some good things happening on WWE. We talk about the Paul Levesque era. But we talked WWE last week. Let's not talk about that. So, what else you want to talk about? Or as Cody Rhodes says, so what do you want to talk about?
Well, that is what I was going to talk about, but okay.
All right.
I was going to say...
You have your platform. Go ahead.
At this point, all I was going to say...
I'm sure there's some people out there that want to hear about WWE.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just waiting for the return of Roman Reigns. I'm hoping at SummerSlam.
That's the rumor.
I'm hoping.
So,
of course, we got to wait 2 weeks for that?
3 weeks? Get this. So here's another rumor for you that I read. They are talking about Roman Reigns coming back in the Weissman, Paul Heyman, betraying Roman to align himself with his original crony, one CM Punk.
I don't. Okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, Paul Heyman is a big CM Punk guy. So, wouldn't surprise me.
You know what else would surprise me? If he did betray him, I feel like also more likely would be one certain beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, if he comes back.
Maybe.
Of course, he's got all that stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I think he's been cleared, but whatever.
Yeah, he should.
He's been gone for a while.
He should have never been involved, or he should have never been accused in the first place. But it's whatever.
So,
it's whatever. It's I don't know. I would kind of rather Paul Heyman stick with Roman Reigns, and then we could have the War Games be like a whole Bloodline Civil War. And I'm like, if it is possible, have The Rock come out as the secret leader of the bloodline of the blood lies, I should say.
The Wish.com bloodline?
Yes, the blood lies. Yeah. What else do you expect from the son of Haku?
Yeah. So, oh man, I don't know. So, all right, man. Well, it's just a little under an hour. So why don't we go ahead and wrap it up?
All right.
So we hope you enjoyed our show today. We hope that you enjoyed it because we enjoy bringing it to you. Again, this show shows you the type of relationship that my son and I have as we build this show. Hopefully you guys are out there enjoying it. This is our platform. You can use it as well to build your relationship with your kids as well.
Yes.
But as always, if you like it, hit that like and subscribe button wherever it's going to be. We're on whatever side. And as always, we hope you enjoyed it as we enjoyed bringing it to you. And you are my pride and joy, and I love you. And this is Bloodline Sports.
It's all relative.
Goodbye, everyone.